6 weight phases that you should know about. Have you always wondered when you go on a dirty bulk, you add so much unwanted body fat, glycogen, and water and barely build any muscle? It's because you're impatient. You ate too much high processed foods and wanted to gain muscle as fast as possible. You think that's the best way, going on a dirty bulk, adding too many calories in, eating whatever you like, thinking it's the best way to gain muscle. I've done it. I know it's not. And, we're going to go over some different alternatives, guys. Also, when you go on an extreme low-calorie diet, excessive amounts of cardio, thinking it's the best way to lose the weight. You're just going to ruin your metabolism. You're going to lose muscle. You're going to lose energy. You're going to ruin your libido. You're going to ruin your testosterone levels. There's just better ways, guys, than going on these extreme crash diets and extreme amounts of calorie surplus to go into a dirty bulk phase. So, you need to figure out, what works for you. I've done the dirty bulk. I've done the crash diet. Yes, they work, but you add so much fat when you go on a dirty bulk, and then you're sitting there going, oh, I've added 20 or 30 kilos of fat. You think it's muscle, but it ain't. I'm going to be honest with you. Muscle don't grow that fast. And then when you go on these extreme low-calorie diets, you hit a plateau, you hit a wall, you stop losing weight, and you're like, oh, what happened? I've crashed my metabolism. I've hit a plateau. Now, what do I do to get out of it? We're going to go over these today, guys. Just remember, guys, but this all depends on your goals and what you're trying to achieve. Just remember, there's 3,500 calories in 1 pound of fat, 7,700 calories in 1 kilo of fat. And in order to lose 10 kilos or gain 10 kilos of body fat, you need to be in a surplus or a deficit of 77,000 calories, guys. So if you look at the thermodynamics, right, if you put on 10 kilos of unwanted body fat, just means that you've eaten way too many calories. You're not tracking. You might be eating high processed foods full of sugar, carbohydrates, salt, seed oils, things like that. But also, if you've lost a lot of weight really, really fast because you went on a huge crash diet, you stopped eating, you're eating very little, you're doing heaps of cardio, now you've hit a plateau, you've hit a wall, and then you're thinking, why am I losing any more weight? That's probably why. You lost some muscle, you lost some strength, you lowered your metabolism. You got to look at these things, guys. Anyway, let's go over them today. So number 1, extreme calorie deficit. So between 750 to 1,500 calorie deficit a day. This will get you fat loss fast. If that's your goal, just remember, you run the risk of losing muscle, lowering your metabolism, especially if you're not heavy resistance training and eating enough amount of protein. So, what I mean by this, guys, is if you're in a huge caloric deficit, you're not strength training, you're just doing excessive amounts of cardio, and, you're just eating a very low calorie diet. Yes, you're going to lose the weight fast, but there's so many downfalls and side effects to doing this. You're probably going to regret it, because you're going to hit a plateau, you're going to hit a wall, then you're not going to know where to go after. So if you need some help, drop me a DM, guys. I can definitely help you. If you go on a crash diet, there's better ways of doing it. Number 2, small calorie deficit. Between 250 to 500 calorie deficit a day under your total daily energy expenditure. So what do I mean by this? When you find your total daily energy expenditure, go on a 250 to 500 calorie deficit a day. This is by far the most sustainable, in my opinion, to losing weight, maintaining or building muscle, and keeping it off for the long run. Do this method until you reach your desired body fat. For men, around, maybe like 10 to 15%. Women, roughly 15 to 22 body fat percentage. Then go into a maintenance or a main gain phase. So you will go back to a maintenance calories by increasing your calories slowly until you're a stable weight or the weight scales. So, and train hard with intensity. So if you got a lot of excess body weight to lose, right, and you go into a 250 to 500 calorie daily deficit, right, you're going to lose about half a pound to a pound a week. So if you want to lose 50 pounds, it might take you a whole year. But let's be honest, guys. If you do it in a whole year, you lose 50 pounds in a whole year. That's great. That's amazing, right? Because you're most likely going to be able to keep it off. So I definitely recommend doing that, guys. You can lose 50 pounds in 4 months, but the problem with that, you run the risk of hitting a plateau, lowering your metabolism, lowering your libido, lowering your testosterone. There's so many downfalls to it, guys. So do it the right way to begin with and keep it off for the long run, and then change your habits. 1% each better each week. You might be drinking sugar sodas. Go to different alternatives, look at sugar-free cordial, look at sugar-free, they got sugar-free iced tea these days. Make your own sodas with no sugar in them. There's stevia, monk fruit, things like that you can utilize these days to make things sweet without the excess calories, guys. You're drinking, tons of sugar soda and eating high processed foods, no matter. That's why you got a lot of adipose tissue. People try to make excuses. Oh, like it's medication. Oh, it's genetics. It's just you eating too many calories. You're not educating yourself. That's it. All right, guys. Number 3, maintenance calories. If you're happy with your current body fat percentage, just stay at maintenance calories. Just eat at your total daily energy expenditure. Make sure that you're getting enough, resistance training, protein, sleep, and hydration. So when it comes to maintenance, right, if let's just say you're 12% body fat, you're happy with that, you can train hard, you can recover well, your libido's still strong, your testosterone still feels great, that's a good sign to say maybe it's time to go on a maintenance phase. Just eat your total daily energy expenditure. If you need help finding your total daily energy expenditure, I've got a video on it on my Reels, guys. And so just eat at your maintenance. Stay the same weight. Make sure that we're training hard in the gym, to build the muscle. Make sure that we're getting at least 1 gram per pound of lean body mass in protein. And then make sure that we're, getting enough sleep. So, 7 to 9 hours is great. And make sure that we're getting enough hydration, depending on your size, anywhere between like 2 to a gallon of water a day, 2 liters to a gallon of water is generally pretty safe. And also water's great for hydration. And, it's great for, recovery. So number 4, guys, main gain. So if anyone's ever heard the phrase main gain before? So I would first get to a body fat percentage where I feel confident that I can recover and train consistently hard with progressive overload. For men, generally around that 10 to 15, and for women, roughly around that 15 to 22%. I would train weights consistently with a high protein diet, just above maintenance calories, or around, so if you're in a main gain phase, right, you're happy with your body fat percentage, you just go around, 30 to 50 calories above maintenance. That's going to be the most optimal for, growing muscle, staying at a lowest body fat percentage. You're not going to add any adipose tissue going 30 to 50 calories over. Most of them calories are going to be utilized, for the recovery process to build the muscle. So, make sure that you were always training hard with great intensity, 12 to 20 working sets a week. What's a working set, guys? Put a timer on for 40 seconds. So let's say that your 1 rep max is 100 kilos on bench press. Drop that weight down to around 75 to 85 and do a set of 8 to 12 with a 40-second timer and go to complete failure. By the time you get to that 40-second mark, you should be spent. That's what I'd call a working set. Basically 1 rep from failure or to complete failure to your arms basically give out. And that's how you train with intensity, guys. You need to train with intensity each week, each session. You got to do at least 6 to 8 working sets per day, when you go train chest, right? 6 to 8 working sets in that one session. Then, have 3 days off from chest. You might do like a push-pull legs, day off, push-pull legs. You train in each muscle group twice per week. And that's great. If you're hitting them at least, in between that 12 to 20 working sets per week, that's going to be the most optimal for muscle growth, guys. And you need to stay consistent with it. Do it week in, week out, week in, week out. If you want to maintain that tissue, if not even build tissue, you got to work hard and it takes a long time. You got to be patient with it too, guys. Work on your progressive overload each week. Track your sets and repetitions. Go up by, 5% each week. So, eventually you will hit a plateau in strength as a natural. Of course you will. I've hit a plateau at 110, 115 bench, but then I keep it consistent there. So, once you hit that plateau in the weight training, you can always try and go up a little bit more, but, it's sort of hard to. But anyway, next one, 5. Number 5, lean bulk. If you are under 12% body fat and you need to build some muscle and put on some weight, I would consistently train hard with progressive overload, eat a high protein diet of at least 1 gram per pound of lean body mass, eat my calories around, so maybe in a lean bulk phase, around 50 to 200 calories above maintenance, to gain minimal body fat and, build some lean body mass. So, guys, with a lean bulk, right, you only want to just go above maintenance. But this only applies to people that are extremely lean. You don't need to be lean bulking if you're if you're 20%, 25, 30% body fat, guys, if you think lean bulking is going to make you build more muscle when you're 30% body fat, you got it wrong. You've already bulked, man. So there's no need to be going into these surpluses when you don't need to, when you're already bulked. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you're already bulked, you're over 25% body fat, and you think I need a lean bulk, man, to put on the muscle, you're doing it wrong, brother. You need to go into a deficit. You can still build muscle in a deficit. It's called a body recomposition. Like I said in number 2, go into that small deficit of 250 to 500 calories daily, and your body will utilize that energy that's already stored to recover the muscle and build the muscle. As long as you're training hard, you're getting enough protein, sleep, and hydration. So just remember that. If you are under 10%, maybe go into a lean bulk to put on a bit of fat and put on a little bit of muscle. And, it's going to take some time in the lean bulk, maybe 3 to 6 months, to really, get it. If you're 8% and you want to get to let's say 14%, do it nice and slow and build the tissue underneath as you're lean bulking up in that 50 to 200 calorie daily surplus. So just think about it, guys. And number 6, guys, dirty bulking. So around 500 to 2,000 calories above maintenance. In my opinion, it's not worth it. I've done it, and I just gained 20 or 30 kilos of unwanted body fat, guys. So if you're out there dirty bulking, eating what you want, I'll just have, you enjoy yourself, right, when you're dirty bulking, but then you got to lose all that excess unwanted fat, glycogen, and water. So, is it worth it? No, it's not worth it, guys, going on these huge surpluses, because muscle doesn't grow that fast. Body fat will grow extremely fast if you're feeding yourself with lots of food, but muscle doesn't grow as fast there's no eat big to get big, man. It's stupid going on these stupid massive surpluses, adding all this excess adipose tissue. And, this is not worth it, guys. If you look at studies, man, it just shows you that you can build just as much muscle in a lean bulk phase, 50 to 200 calories above maintenance, opposed to going on these stupid dirty bulks. So do some research, guys. Definitely don't recommend it. I've done it before. You just store a lot of fat, water, and glycogen. Anyway, if you like this content, please drop me a follow, like, and share, guys. I'll be uploading daily to my YouTube channels, guys. So, I'll be trying to educate you guys in the best ability that I can. I spend a lot of time on these videos, so I would appreciate if you could drop me a like or a compliment, or, drop me some feedback, even if it's negative, I love that. And I also do a 28-day program, guys, that can show you a different lifestyle. It can show you some mindset, accountability, training routines, training videos, custom workout plans, custom nutrition plans, and it can change your whole mindset around nutrition and fitness. If you're willing to have a go at this 28-day program, it could change your life. You might see things differently, more clearly, and there's so much information in there. So if you really enjoy this, guys, drop me a like and follow, and peace.